What is up there, Workforce? Chris here with Work2Game, and I'm going to show you an unbelievably easy way to make money that you are probably capable of today, and maybe you just aren't using to its full advantage. So we are talking today about retainer ventures. Now, mine complete in 4 hours and 6 minutes. You'll see that I have 4 retainers. The way you get more than 2 is you actually increase the cost of your subscription, so that's something that you have to choose whether or not is worth it to you. And retainers, you pick their class, and keep in mind that a retainer's level is capped at the highest that you have that level. So I used to main Black Mage, so I have a Black Mage, and so that was a class that I always knew would be capped, and then I actually have each of the 3 Gatherers. So the fact that my Botanist and my Fisher are capped gives them the ability to reach cap, but the fact that my Miner is still not at cap, that means that when my retainer reaches the level that my Miner is, which it has several times, it stops gaining experience because it's at the highest level, and then those ventures don't go any higher. Now these ventures here, you can send them out, and you see I like the 18-hour ones because I don't log in more than once a day typically, and you can send them out based on their level range. If I click on these, they have a required item level. That's a really easy thing to just go use vendor gear as you're leveling up if that's the cheapest option, but check the market board, see if people are selling items below vendor price. Keep in mind that vendor price for gear is in the tooltip, so just go to the market board, type in the class. So for example, say that my retainer just hit level 40, right? And my blacksmith's been level 70 all along. What I would do is I would actually say, okay, well, his chest piece is way too low, so I would go to 40, and then I would say, you know, Black Mage, search, and then I could say, like, and it's just looking for average item level on most of this stuff. So here we go, linen, 5,000 for a high quality, shop selling price 5,042 for a normal quality. So this is literally cheaper to buy high quality than it is normal quality, and then we're off to the races. You come over here, you open up that retainer again, and then you actually say view retainer attributes and gear. Mine is in just 290 because that's just a bunch of old junk I had. It hasn't changed my success rate, so I know that on the 18 hours, and I've been getting plenty of valuable stuff, so it's just not something I've dealt with. But I find that it's a great place to dump extra gear. You can dump your Poetics gear, things like that. And then if you have a lot of ventures, you can actually go on quick explorations, and these end much, much faster. They complete in like an hour. So then the question becomes, how do you get venture tokens? So venture tokens, actually the best way to get them, you can get them from doing like your Beast Tribe dailies and stuff like that, but I find the best way to get them is to actually go to my Grand Company. And so my Grand Company, I find, is the easiest way to provide my venture tokens, and it's the reason that I have some ridiculous number that, using a total of 8 per day, I will just never run out of. And I buy them with my Grand Company seals, that currency that just seems to build up. And every time I hit cap, I look at my ventures, and if my ventures have gotten even reasonably low, I spend them all on ventures because they don't really expire. They stack nicely, so they don't take up a lot of space. And I find that it's something that I know I'll use eventually, and it converts into money. Now, when you're picking those classes, make sure you pick things you're willing to level, but keep in mind that if you have a variety of them, you can actually send them out to get things for you that will sell for quite a bit of money. I've gotten some really cool stuff off of them in the past, and a lot of times what they bring back to me is high quality. If it's not worth a lot on its own and I need kind of a stack, the nice thing is if they're all around the same level range, I can just keep having them. They'll keep bringing me that item until I have enough of it that it is worth selling. And so what I do is I go to supply and provisioning missions, and I do the supply and provisioning missions to level up my crafters and gatherers, but you'll see they drop seals, but I do expert delivery. Expert delivery pays you seals for gear, especially dungeon drops. So always, always, always roll greed for at least for every single drop, and then when your chest builds up with all these things, leave it on high armory chest, or it will absolutely allow you to destroy gear. But you'll see my level 70 stuff here goes at 1,500 seals a piece. So when you're running dungeons a lot, especially when the expansion drops and you're running, you know, crazy amounts of roulettes and stuff because you're trying to get all the new tomes and you're trying to level up your classes, just keep in mind that all that extra gear that drops, this is what you go turn it into seals. And then I literally just step to my right and I go to the quartermaster, and it's under, I think, materials. Let's find it. Might be up a tab. There it is. Okay. So it's Serpent Private Second Class is what it's asking of me, and Ventures are 200 apiece. I have 473 in my bag. And so Ventures, I can absolutely go in here and I can say, okay, give me 60. Spend the 12,000 I have. And I can build all the way up to 65,000 of them, which I don't know why you'd ever need. That seems to be what it's capped at. Maybe 65,000 is the most I can buy with capped Grand Company seals. I don't know. But I have 400 around. I think I bought like, I kept buying them until I looked up one day and I had like 500 or 600, and it's just taken me a very long time to kind of whittle those back down. You don't even have to carry them on your person. They can just be on one of your retainers. So I don't actually carry them in my inventory, and they're usable just like they are. So it's great, and I can actually send those out. So quick exploration is something that you can send them out and you can get much more specific control over exactly what you're looking for. Let me go back up to my summoning bell here and we'll kind of take a look at what all those options are. But if nothing else, the 18-hour exploration can make you a lot of money. It always comes back with the little coins that you can trade in for just literal cash at a vendor. And Dome and Enclave is a great way to get rid of those because then you get a bonus on top of those. And so those coins work awesome for that. And then if we go here, go back down to my Black Mage, and we'll do Assign Venture, and I can literally go out and I can hunt much more specific things if I want specific items. And this is where actually like your quality, likelihood, and stuff, I believe does affect it by your gear. So I think at that point I would want to kind of start upping my average eye level, because I believe that kind of can help drive that, but I haven't tested that. So let me switch to like, I don't know, like my Fisher and see if, because I know my Fisher capped at 70. They take a while to cap. So if you've ever let them stall out on your level, they can take forever to cap. And so if I go to fishing, I go down here, yeah, you can see that my quantities vary all over the place. And so as I up my gathering, that may drive that higher. I'm not absolutely sure, but if some of these items are the things you need, you can go ahead and check the market board for these, and you can get these for free every hour on the hour. So you could log in at the beginning of your play session, send them out, check this before you log off, grab that, send them on the 18-hour, go to bed, you're off to the races. Great use of venture coins, great way to make a crazy amount of money with very little effort. All you have to do is level that crafter or gather. If you do it with the supply provisioning missions, at that point, you've done nothing to level them up, you've done nothing to level your retainer up, and you're just making money. So my name's Chris with Work to Game. I hope this little tip helped you. Let me know down in the comments below if this is something you've already been doing. If so, do you send them out on the little hunting missions, or do you send them out on the quick explorations to get something random quickly, or do you send them out on the big long ones like I've been doing for the vast majority of my venture coins for the entire time I've been playing this game? So let me know, and I'd love to hear from you. My name's Chris. I'll see you next time.
We really appreciate you watching. We really, really, really do. We really appreciate you watching. We really, really do. A 30-second end screen is so long. I don't know how to fill all this time.